stability exercises that I think are the top 10. I'm going to start with an exercise called the ball pass. This is really a great exercise for stabilization of the trunk. And I'm basically going to lift the legs up off the floor. I'm just going to transfer the ball from the hands to the feet and back and forth. But the main goal of this exercise is to keep the lower back, the pelvis, in a neutral state. So you shouldn't feel the lower back arching or flattening any more than what normally is. And this is a pretty challenging exercise if you come out into a longer position. So if you're able to keep the back in a neutral position, then just shorten the range up. And also maybe bend the knees. So this becomes a lot less challenging if I do it like this compared to way out here like that. Okay. This exercise I'm going to do is called a prone plank. And I'm going to be in a prone position with my forearms on the ball. And I'm going to get into just a nice, basically a prone plank position, almost like a push-up position. I'm going to make sure I keep my lower back in a neutral state, keep my shoulder blades rounded, and then also keep my head nice and still. I'm going to hold this position for about anywhere from 15 seconds up to 45 seconds. And just hold nice and still. All right, that's it. All right, next exercise I'm going to do is called a lateral walkout. And I'm in a supine position, basically face up. Start with my head on the ball in a neutral position, my hips up nice and high, glutes are engaged, feet pointing straight ahead. And I'm just going to laterally walk out to a position where I am slightly challenged, but I can stay in a neutral position. And I come back to the middle of the ball, and then I walk out the other way. More challenging is to go out further and also hold for a longer position. Our next exercise I'm going to do is called a hamstring in and out. I'm laying on the floor, face up. I'm going to basically lift my hips up. I'm going to have my calves and my heels touching the ball. Hands are right here, close to the body, but palms facing down. I'm just going to bring the knees in and the heels in towards the chest and the body, and then go back out. And real important here, I'm going to keep the hips up nice and high as I'm going in and out. For a beginner, you want to come in slow and then go back out nice and slow. I'm going to do about 6 to 10 reps here, where I'm taking about a second or two to go back out. Next exercise I'm going to do is called a stability ball push-up. So I'm actually going to use the stability ball as an aid to make this push-up either less challenging or more challenging. And what I can do to make this less challenging is walk it in close to the knees, if not right on top of the thighs. This way there's not as much stress on the upper body. I'm going to come lower myself down and then right back up. I still want to try to maintain that neutral spine position, especially at that lower back. Keep it nice and still in a neutral spot. Want to make it more challenging, I can walk it back further. Contacts on the shins, same thing. Come down and then back up. Really good exercise for strength in the upper body and as well as stability from the trunk. More advanced on the toes. Same thing, coming down and then coming back up. That's it. It's another version of the lying face up position, supine position for the hamstrings and lower back. This one I'm actually going to start in the up position, come into where we were before. Now I'm going to keep the ball very still. Now lift the hips up and then bring it back down to where we were before. Just pushing up and then lowering the body. I can do about anywhere from 6 to 12 repetitions based on your fitness needs. This is another exercise really good for the upper body strength, except this time the upper body is going to stay still. I'm just going to bring the ball in and then bring it back out. So I just call this one a prone stability ball in and out. And again, I can make this exercise easier, bringing it in and bringing it out to make it a little bit more challenging. I'm just going to bring the knees in towards the chest and then going back out. Now when you go back out, that's the more advanced part of this exercise. I don't want to let the lower back slouch. I want to try to keep that neutral spine here. Okay? All right, we're coming back to the floor this time, face up on the floor. And this is a version or combination of the in and out and the up and down. So I'm going to start with my hands on the floor, calves and heels on the ball. I'm going to bring the ball in, then push up, back down, and then out. So it's a combination of those two exercises we've already done. In, up, down, and out. And again, try to move in nice, slow, controlled movements. If you're working on just beginning your exercise, work on that stability training. That's it. Okay, this exercise is called the stability ball pullover, tabletop pullover. And you're positioning yourself in a tabletop position on top of the stability ball. So your head is touching the ball and your chin is open. It's not close here. Open up that chin. Again, a nice stretch in the front of the neck. Keep your hips up. And by engaging your glutes, keep your feet straight ahead. Grab the ball. I'm just going to lower the ball so the arms come nice, fully extended, in line with the rest of the body. So I get a dynamic isometric stretch in the lats, and then bring it right back up. So I'm going to come down nice and slow, hold it here for about 1 to 2 seconds, and then bring it back up. And you're probably going to feel a little bit of burning in the glutes and a little bit of stretch if you're tight in those lats. Okay, one of my favorite exercises, especially for people who have the forward shoulders, this is called the stability ball prone cobra. I'm going to bring the arms right here. Try to keep those legs straight if you can. And then engage the glutes. Keep a neutral spine and lower back again. I'm going to start with my hands facing down. As I come back into this position here, they're rotating up. So the thumbs come up, externally rotating at the shoulder joint, and then coming right back to here. And you actually can look up just a little bit, and then coming right back down this position. It's called a stability ball prone cobra. Do about 10 reps on those, about 1 to 2 seconds for each rep.